So this is low beam. The aux lights are off. I'm just gonna do a little Louis here. But you can see the turn. It's actually very similar to the R18 does its turning lights. So you come over the corner, it kind of pokes up a little bit to the right there, which I don't know if I really like that or not. One thing I can't, yeah, so that's the, oh, there it goes. Also watch this. So see how the light's facing, you see the yellow and the white and the line? When I sit on it, what's gonna happen is usually the suspension will drop and it will raise the headlight up. Well, watch what happens when I sit on it. See how it actually adjusts down. So when I sit on it, it goes high and then adjusts down. So it actually almost like it has like a gyroscope in there that can like tell the height of the headlight relative to the, that's not me doing it. So I'm going down and it goes down with me. If I go up, it goes up with me. It's like it basically will keep that level. I can't, oh, and here's the auxiliary lights, which are, I would say, let's look on there. They do less out there than the 1200GSs did. They are a little bit more narrow than the 1200. Like they don't look in the corners as much, which probably was like a DOT thing. It was going too far out. But this is nice though. That's kind of nice. And if you turn it, it won't. Let's see. It doesn't turn the headlight unless you are on it. I'm having problems finding neutral though. Is that a break-in service thing? Oh, there we go. All right, let's put it on the side stand. Don't fall. So a quick walk around. So it's just running. That's just the brake light going right there. Just where the running light is going. And then we have, interestingly enough, you get a little bit of like a, the fog light's doing something weird on the ground there. Is it the fog light doing that? Yeah. The fog light has a little bit of like a blue sheen on the ground, which is kind of cool. And then the lights now, this is new for 2024, the lights now have a little tilde X and they have a running light on the sides there. So the whole width of the light, it looks different than the 1200 did. And the yellow running lights, which is now, it's a European thing, they're doing that now. My Husky does that too, but I added that aftermarket. Turn the turn signal on. So when you do the turn signal on, it's a very clean brake. It's it's LED, so it's like off on, like completely dim, which is really nice. But these lights are up, down. So this is going up and down, and then this basically it's not turning this. It's just illuminating different lights against the prism on the back that makes it seem like it's cornering. It is cornering, but it's not turning. Only the up-down motion is a gyroscope. The turning motion is literally just lighting that array up. And you go high beam, very narrow, direct high beam. The high beam is all right there in that right side, or left side if you're facing forward. And unfortunately, and I have not confirmed this for the 2024 R1300, not confirmed this, but yeah, I was having problems finding neutral. It's gotten better now, it's warmed up, I guess, and it's new bike things. Let's do a little turny here. You can see how it kind of illuminates out of the side. We'll do a hard left, and it illuminates out of the side, and then it rebalances itself. I have not confirmed if the R1300 has illuminated buttons yet. I'm not doing shift assist because it's still not at 600 miles yet. We were at like 300 miles exactly, by the way. Right? Where do we do this? I gotta take it right here. With 300 miles exactly, because it's the demo bike. They put it right to 300 for me. Not a mile less, not a mile more. But I would say, you know, OEM illumination on this R1250GS Adventure. This is a light, by the way. I don't know. I mean, like, will the R1300GS Adventure be similar in the lighting to this one? Because this housing was new for 2023 model year. 2024 got a slight tweak, but like, this is a brand new housing for the R1250s. Later model year R1250's got this new cornering and level assist feature, and so it makes me wonder if they just run that red light. They did run that red light. Weird. Okay. Charlotte things. I'm not going to open it up either. This is only a review of the lights, so I'll leave it here. I just wanted to show you guys what the 2023 and 2024 R1250GS Adventure. I think this was just 2024, by the way. But what the R1250GS Adventure has for, it has the leveling. So the headlight features has leveling. So when you sit on it, it adjusts. It also, if you're going over a hill, it's hard to tell here. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's flat. But it has leveling, where if you're going over a hill or down a hill and you're going to hit the peak and you're going to come back up, it will adjust that too. So that way when you go over a hill, you're not blinding people. That's kind of a nice feature. So you're not blinding folks if you're going over a hill or coming out of one. And then of course adjusting based on the weight on the back shock. The second thing that it has is cornering. And what it's doing is it's just illuminating an array on the top and the bottom. It illuminates that, it's a prism, and it throws light at a certain angle. Not a lot of light, but it's nice. It's a nice little addition. I will say too, from this angle, my headlight would usually hit cars like bumpers. In this situation, I'm not. I'm hitting the ground about 10 feet behind their bumper. So that's a nice thing. That's good. Less light going up. That's what clear waters are for. So for DOT reasons or even EU reasons, that level headlight is really nice for just throwing a lower to the ground beam for the safety of people in front of you. Auxiliary lights are brighter. They throw a pattern onto the ground. You can't really see from here. They throw a pattern onto the ground, but they don't throw as wide. It's more of a straight pattern. For better or for worse. I'm not complaining, it's just a change that I'm used to. And that may have been something that the 1250 GSA had from 2019 model year and later. I believe the nano lights did change after my GSA in 2018. And then new EU stuff is the turn signals. The front turn signals are illuminated when you're riding. They're pretty bright, by the way, but it helps with just being seen. A little bit of yellow thrown out there. Just, you know, DRLs. And then of course they deactivate. One side deactivates when you turn your turn signal on, and for the rear the turn signals are off full time, only engaged whenever you activate them. Now in Europe from like 2016 and newer, you would have not a strobe feature, but like a brake light intensity feature that was required by EU. It is not enabled still on the 2024 GS Adventure. So I did a few tests where I wanted to see like signs behind me. Nope, they do not flash. So that feature still seems to be disabled. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and then yeah, my pet peeve going back 10 years now, the buttons are not illuminated. For these parts, these controllers, the left control switch is like a $500 part. The right one's like a $300-400 part. For $400 for a piece of plastic with some you know, pressure-sensitive electrical connectors, they should be illuminated. There's already power going to them because they're powered switches. You can press them, and they receive electronic signals and they do stuff. So it's just kind of a bummer that even now we still have these non-illuminated switches. But the cornering light, if you've test ridden an R18 with the premium LED headlight, then you know exactly what this does. And I believe the R1250 RTs also have that cornering function. And looking at how the R18 behaves versus the R1250GS Adventure behaves, I would say they are identical. However, the R1300GS also has adaptive and cornering lights in that new dot matrix array. I want to talk more about that in a future video. These are still just LEDs. The R1300GS and presumably GS Adventure is also LEDs, but it's a different kind of LED. It's a dot matrix array, and basically think hundreds of little LEDs that are independently illuminated. And so you can do patterns. If you look like a modern Audi A6 with their OLED brake lights, and you can see that like the detail on how that brake light looks when you're turning, the pulsating right turn signal, versus a Mach-E that's like a very solid pulsating turn signal, the Ford Mach-E. That's because the Ford Mach-E's LED, the Audi is OLED, and now some of the companies like Volkswagen are using dot matrix LED, more control, they're brighter, you can do fun little patterns. Because of that new tech, I think the R1300GS is going to have, and I almost in this video, I promise, is going to have a much more precise corner illumination and leveling illumination, because you won't have any moving parts, but it'll be, instead of one LED, or in this case like 6 or 7 that are doing the cornering, it's hundreds. And so BMW's headlight array can be really precise, exactly tuning the illumination based on your exact degree of lean angle. I look forward to riding one of those at night. Won't happen for a while, but yeah, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. And this is my first video on the new R1250GS Adventure, and I plan on doing more in the coming days. Lots of stuff coming out, so stay tuned. And I know most of you are looking forward to videos with the R1300GS, but I hope there's people out there in the market for used bikes, or even buying the last R1250GS Adventure, that will find this collection, roughly 50 or so videos in the next 3 or 4 months of really high value. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe. This thing is much faster than my 1200. Although, I will say this, it's probably much faster than my 1200. My 1200 has like 75 pounds of extra strap on it. This power to weight ratio is probably much better than my R1200, simply because of crap. Alright guys, take care.